Throughout A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens associates Scrooge with cold, using it as a metaphor for his emotional detachment, lack of compassion, and spiritual emptiness. The opening description reinforces this. Scrooge carried his own low temperature and he iced his office. His very presence chills the atmosphere, much like a supernatural force spreading misery. Scrooge, like the devil in Dante's Inferno, is an agent of coldness, spreading misery and suffering wherever he goes. Dante's Inferno is the first part of the Divine Comedy, an epic poem written in the 14th century by the Italian poet Dante Alighieri. It describes a journey through hell, where sinners are punished according to their sins. The deepest circle of hell is not fire, but ice, and is reserved for traitors, where Satan himself is trapped. Scrooge, who can be seen as a traitor, not to a nation, like Dante's Satan, but to humanity itself. He betrays the values of compassion, generosity, and social responsibility, rejecting his duty to care for others in favor of hoarding wealth and isolating himself from society. In Dante's vision, Satan is frozen in a lake of ice, trapped in his own punishment, unable to move. He beats his wings in frustration, but instead of freeing himself, he only intensifies the cold, spreading his suffering outward. Just as Satan is physically trapped in ice, unable to escape his fate, Scrooge is spiritually frozen, bound by his greed and inability to connect with others. His perpetual coldness mirrors the devil's, who beats his wings in frustration and only strengthens the ice that imprisons him. Similarly, Scrooge perpetuates his own emotional and spiritual imprisonment. His isolation is self-imposed. He chooses to reject warmth, kindness, and human connection. The cold he carries within him, both literal and metaphorical, affects those around him. He refuses to heat his office, forcing Bob Cratchit to work in the cold, and dismisses Christmas, a time associated with warmth and joy. Like Dante's Satan, Scrooge's suffering is cyclical. His bitterness spreads coldness, which in turn isolates him further. However, Dickens offers Scrooge a path to redemption, unlike Dante's Satan, who remains eternally frozen. The visits from the ghosts act as a chance to thaw his frozen heart, much like how Christmas itself symbolizes renewal and warmth. As Scrooge embraces generosity and human connection, the coldness that once defined him disappears. By the end of the novella, he is described as laughing and glowing with warmth, proving that even the most frozen heart can be thawed with compassion.